even I'm old enough to remember where you'd wake up in the morning and one of the first things you'd do is go to your doorstep, you get the post. That's in the days when Royal Mail used to get it to you for when you were still having your breakfast. And you'd open your front door and you get the old milk in off the doorstep, the old good stuff in the glass bottles before the supermarkets took over. Well, it appears it's a rare thing these days. How do everyone? Welcome back to the channel for a Thursday. Hope you're all doing all right. Well, this story did make me chuckle, really, I have to admit. You know, in the old days, in the wee small hours of the morning where a lot of people were still sleeping, you'd see some things around. You'd see a paper boy or girl delivering the early morning papers. I was one of them once upon a time. You'd see the milkman on their electric milk cart delivering the milk. And you'd see the early risers heading for the train station to commute into London or wherever it happened to be to go to work. The good old days. Well, one of the things that seems to be a bit of a rarity these days is a milk cart, a milkman delivering the milk to all the houses early in the morning, particularly when you can get 4 pints in the supermarket for not much more than £1 or £2. It kind of makes the milkman redundant. And they're a bit more of a rare sight. So rare, in fact, the police do not recognise them even when they see them out and about. Have a look at this. Yes, a milkman for Aycliffe Dairies. It's in County Durham, I think, where this all took place. Was out delivering his milk one morning about 5:30, and he suddenly realised he was getting tailed by the old Bill. And he phoned his boss and he says, I think I'm going to get a tug any minute. And he did. And the police wanted to know what he was doing, why he was out, even though it said milk on the side of his van. I think it was more than obvious, really. PC Plod, you clever person, you. And they let him go. Anyway, he worked for a little bit longer and decided to stop for a coffee break. And before he knew it, he was overwhelmed by a load of police who decided they were going to nick him. And the reason they were going to nick him is because there was a burglary that morning, and apparently he fitted the description of the burglar, even though he was nowhere near the place and he was just out doing his job. I know milkmen are such a rare thing these days, but surely it looked quite obvious what he was doing his job, being a milkman. And yet again, it does highlight really a problem with the police. No beat Bobby. They would have known who he was and where he was going, and a hell of a lot of overzealousness with regard to, you know, police procedure and everything. Yet again, rather foolish if you ask me. I hope the guy's all right. We all see the funny side of it. We really do, but yes, not really a good showing. And I do wonder if any milkman or anybody like that has been harassed anywhere else for being out too early doing their job as well. Rather bloody ridiculous. Anyway, I'm off. This is the Cabby signing off. Toodaloo.